Once upon a time in Korea, there were two brothers, Seong Sujoeng, the elder one, and Seong Juhyuk, the younger. Far from the warmth of their family, they lived alone in the bustling city of Seoul. Their parents, along with their elder sister, were oceans away, living overseas. In the middle of the fast-moving life of the city, where strangers passed by without a second glance, and the nights often felt colder than they should, the only constant they had was each other. Their bond wasn't just a connection by blood. It became their anchor, the only thing that kept them steady when loneliness tried to pull them under. Each day, as they woke up to empty rooms and quiet mornings, it was their companionship that filled the silence. Every small gesture, every shared smile, every silent understanding between them became a source of strength. They stood together, side by side, leaning on one another to face the challenges that came with solitude and distance. Despite the miles that separated them from their family, the two brothers continued their lives with unwavering determination, enrolling in one of Korea's top 10 schools. Their journey wasn't just about academics. It became a quiet tale of resilience and strength, whispered through every step they took. Together, they turned their solitude into a story worth telling, where each heartbeat they shared echoed louder than the silence around them. They weren't just studying, they were weaving a delicate yet powerful narrative of familial love, a bond so strong that it broke through the walls of distance and embraced every hardship life dared to place in their path. In school, they were placed in different classes, separated by walls and schedules. Yet, even with the constant distance, Seong Sujoeng and Seong Juhyuk's bond stayed as unbreakable as ever. The space between their classrooms could never lessen the strength of their connection. While they rarely interacted much with others, they always found small, quiet pockets of time, just for each other. Whether it was sitting side by side during lunch without needing many words, briefly crossing paths between classes, or sharing soft, knowing smiles from across the hallway, these little moments became their silent language. It was a language only they understood, one that kept them close even when the world around them felt distant. The crowded hallways and busy classrooms often felt overwhelming for them. Ever since childhood, they had struggled with intense shyness and discomfort in big social settings, which quietly grew into social anxiety as they got older. In fact, the roots of their anxiety went back to their early years in Los Angeles. They were just little kids back then, attending a school where they stood out for being Korean. The difference in culture and language made them easy targets. They often faced bullying, not because they did anything wrong, but simply because they were different. One memory in particular clung to them. A day when one of them had a wardrobe malfunction during recess, and instead of help, the kids only laughed. Even during family gatherings where kids usually put on little shows and games, the brothers stayed in the corners, too scared to participate, fearing they would embarrass themselves again. When they later moved to Korea, things didn't magically get better. Though they were back home, they still didn't quite fit in. In the beginning, their English was stronger than their Korean, making them seem odd to other students. This difference made them targets again, facing teasing and isolation even in their own country. All of these moments slowly wove into their hearts, shaping their quiet nature and making school life difficult. Every interaction felt like walking on a tightrope, delicate and exhausting. Most of the time, they chose to stay in their own little world, where they felt safer, a world where only the two of them existed. However, in each other's company, they found solace. The shared glances and silent nods between the brothers spoke volumes, creating a sanctuary of understanding that words couldn't convey. Always sticking together, their unspoken understanding became a source of comfort amid the challenges of social interactions. In the safety of their mutual understanding, the weight of social anxiety lifted and the brothers found strength in each other's silent support. Together, they formed an unbreakable shield against the outside world. Yet despite their quiet ways, an eerie feeling seemed to linger, but only beyond the boundaries of school. It was outside, where the familiar walls no longer stood, that this strange uneasiness quietly crept into their world. In the quiet corners of a small café, where the gentle clatter of cups couldn't drown the strange stillness, along the empty streets they walked after sunset, where every echo of their footsteps felt slightly heavier, or while returning home under the dim glow of streetlights, this discomfort always found them. They never realized it fully, nor did they notice anything unusual at first. Yet, without knowing why, the weight of something unseen always seemed to follow, invisible but present. It wasn't sharp fear, but rather a soft, eerie discomfort that wrapped itself around them like a faint whisper. It made them move a little quicker, stay closer together, and without ever speaking about it, they both felt it, lingering quietly beyond the school gates.